Welcome to Science Easy Tech channel, Nursing Made Easy. In this video, we are going to discuss about communication and utilization of nursing research findings chapter, that is Unit 8. Under that, we are going to discuss about utilization of nursing research. Before moving on to the topic, if you are new to Science Easy Tech channel, just take a moment to subscribe our channel and also to press the notification bell icon in order to get connected with our latest updates. Let's move on to the topic. What is research utilization? Utilization means we are utilizing something. Research utilization is the process of synthesizing, disseminating and using research generated knowledge to make an impact or change in the existing practices in the society. See, based on the research findings that you have to put into practice, that is called as evidence based practice. Whatever you are practicing is supported by a evidence. If you want that evidence, you have to conduct a research, and the research findings, if you are not going to utilize it, it is not going to be effective in any way. So what the findings you have found from the research study, you have to utilize it. So for that, first you have to synthesize, you have to find it out, and you have to disseminate. Disseminate means you have to communicate the findings. If I have done a research and if I am not communicating to others, anyone will not know that what research I have done. And if you have communicated and this research knowledge is applicable to your practice, you have to utilize it and you have to use it or you have to follow it. Areas of utilization of nursing research, where and all you can utilize nursing research. See, in while you are doing a thesis or dissertation also, in the last chapter you will be writing implications for nursing. Okay, there you will be writing 4 areas, that is in nursing education, in nursing practice, in nursing administration and in nursing research. So let's see each area in detail. Before seeing that, we will see what are all the types of research utilization. So you have direct research utilization, indirect research utilization and persuasive research utilization. Indirect research utilization means if someone has done a research and you are utilizing the findings, that is indirect research utilization. Direct research utilization, you yourself has done a research and you are utilizing the findings into practice. Then persuasive research utilization. Persuasive means someone is forcing you to utilize the research, or someone is forcing you to read some research articles and asking you to utilize those findings into practice. That is persuasive. Persuasive means someone is telling you or someone is forcing you to utilize the nursing research. So already I have told research area utilization can be broadly divided into nursing practice, nursing administration, nursing education and nursing research. So we will see one by one. Nursing practice. Student nurses and practicing nurses should think critically and use the research findings into practice. So they have to think critically and they have to put the research findings into practice. Then only they will have evidence based practice. Okay, whatever they are doing, they will have a research based knowledge or evidence based knowledge. Then they have to read research articles which are published in various journals. Then they have to read critical review of research. What are the pros and cons of a research, what are the strengths and weakness of a research, that critical review you have to learn. Then they have to attend professional conferences and workshops where many will be presenting their researchers what they have done. This is with regard to nursing practice. So if they are going to do this, their knowledge is going to get increased and they are going to give quality nursing care to the patient. Next is nursing administration. So in nursing administration level, you have to plan for more conferences and you have to stimulate a climate which facilitate intellectual curiosity for the nurses in order to participate in research program. Then you have to offer emotional and moral support to the staff members working in your organization. Then reward efforts of research utilization. Suppose if they are utilizing the research findings into practice and if they are doing it very correctly, you have to reward them or you have to appreciate them. Next, nursing education. So nursing education, nursing curriculum can be planned based on your research findings. Encourage research utilization. So support your theoretical explanation. So when you are explaining something also, you can tell some research articles. So and so has done so and so research, like that. You can give some examples for when they are taking some theory classes. For example, honey helps in wound healing. Okay, when doing dressing in a hospital in Chennai, they will be doing honey based dressings. When they are closing the dressing, finally after cleaning everything, they will be dip a gauze piece in honey, and they will be putting on the wound area. So what is the rationale is, honey is rich in carbohydrates, so what it directly the tissues can utilize the glucose from the honey, and the tissue healing takes place very faster. So when a teacher is taking on a lesson with regard to wound healing, so see, she can tell that such a intervention has been followed for wound healing in case of pressure sores, like that. She can support her theoretical knowledge with the research based evidences. Next, nursing research. Nursing research bridges the gap between theory and practice. There is a large gap between theory. Whatever we are learning, we are not able to put into practice. So, by doing this research, mostly we are now following evidence-based practice. So, that this will be bridging the gap between theory and practice. So, whatever we are learning, we can put into practice. Then, it strengthens evidence-based practice by replicating the studies. If you are going to do a research study repeatedly and the findings are going to be the same, so it is a strong evidence. So many studies have been conducted and the findings are same. So replication of studies, replication means repeating the same study or part of a study or the recommendations which has been given by the researcher in the previous study. So this and all is going to strengthen the research based knowledge. Then conduct quality research. It is not simply you are conducting a research for the sake of doing. It's not like that. So whatever research you are conducting, do it with a purpose, with a quality. Then collaborate with other multidisciplinary team members. You can get the help from other interdisciplinary team members or your healthcare team. Okay, it should be a multidisciplinary approach. Then dissemination means communicating the findings. If I am doing a research and if I am going to keep it with myself, no one will be knowing what I have done. So I have to publish in journals, I have to present in conferences. Okay, and the journals also should be user friendly journals. Okay, so everyone can access it, can buy it and can read it, like that. So you have to disseminate your findings in the journal club, or you can present in conferences. Okay, or you can post your journals in net, like that. Then communicate clearly. So whatever you have done, you have to communicate clearly. You have to write the research abstract very clearly. Next, barriers related to research utilization. So what are all the barriers related to research utilization? It comes under four areas: barriers related to nurse, barriers related to organizational setting, and barriers related to research, and barriers related to nursing profession. So let's see one by one. So barriers means hindrances, so which are hindering you in research utilization. So some of the barriers related to nurse is lack of knowledge and skill to judge the merits of the research study. So that nurse may not have enough knowledge and skill to do the study or to assess the merits of the study, and lack of attitude. Okay, the nurse is having a wrong attitude or wrong belief and she is not interested. That and all can affect the research utilization for the nurse. And lack of time. Sometimes there is the nurse is overloaded with work and all. In such cases, she may not have time to do a research or to read a research article, journal, like that. Then resistance to change. See, many people, they are not willing to change. When a new thing comes, they will not accept it or they will not appreciate it. So old thing is that they will be following. So some of them, they will be very stubborn. They are not interested to change. They will follow the old thing itself and they will continue. So research means newly the knowledge will be coming. So they have to update it and they have to change. But sometimes if you are not reluctant to if you are reluctant to not reluctant to change means, then it is very difficult. Then barriers related to organizational setting, organizational resistance to change. Okay, if the organization is having resistance to new ideas, if they are not willing to take up new ideas, if they want to follow the old historical thing itself, then again it will be a problem. So the organization will be having less motivation for change. Lack of motivation from the organization, or lack of time and resource constraints, availability of resource persons. Okay, and staff. Okay, if the staff is very less, if the well experienced researchers or well experienced organizational setup persons are not there, then again it is a problem. Then lack of strong leadership. So lack of strong leadership in healthcare system also leads to decreased motivation, or it is a barrier to research utilization. Next, barriers related to research. So lack of research studies, lack of published replicated studies. See, nowadays, so we are doing it for an education purpose, but apart from education purpose, even we should continue our research, but many are not doing. If it is a BSc requirement, it is an MSc requirement, it is a PhD requirement, like that we are stopping. We should not stop it. So because of this, what happens, many foreign research studies only we are having. In Indian setup, we have to do more amount of researchers, the more amount of replicated studies only we have to do, and which is going to add on to body of knowledge. Otherwise, if one study, you cannot generalize the findings to the large population. So lack of research studies in nursing field and lack of published, even if we are doing the research study also, we are not publishing it. So that is a major drawback. So that is barriers related to research. Next, barriers related to nursing profession. So here we don't have adequate resource personnel, role models, and lack of perception regarding autonomy for nurses. Autonomy means freedom for conducting research. Then unable to motivate students by nurse educators. You are not motivating adequately student nurses to conduct nursing research. Okay, so nurse educators, they are not motivating adequately the student nurses to do the research aptly. Okay, so these are all the barriers related to nursing profession. So how we can utilize research findings effectively? So you have to read widely and critically all research related articles, attend professional workshops and conferences, because in many professional workshops and conferences, many will be presenting their thesis or dissertation studies, so that you will have an idea and interest towards research. Learn to accept evidence based practice. So the research findings they have put forth, so you should be ready to change, and you have to put forth the findings into your practice. So that is supported by an evidence, that is the research what you have conducted. So evidence based practice, EBP they used to say, you have to follow. Then be involved in journal club members, so that you can hear or you can learn many articles, research based articles and all. Then participate in research utilization and evidence based practice projects. Okay. To conclude, effective utilization of nursing research by overcoming the barriers in nursing research leads to evidence-based practice by bridging the gap between theory and practice. So if you are utilizing the nursing research, there will not be any gap between theory and practice. Hope all nurses will be taking into consideration in doing a research and also utilizing the research findings effectively. So the nurses should act as a change agent, and the change begins with you. Hope this video is clear for you all. If you like my video, please give a thumbs up, share and subscribe to Science Easy Tech channel. My previous videos link I have given in description box. If you have not watched it, please go and watch it. Thank you friends. Keep supporting to Science Easy Tech channel.